Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome to my Dark Elves campaign. Now we have just managed to confederate with Marathi, and we are now attempting to push the Dark Elves out of our territory. Or appear to be having just a little hang here. This army has just oh, that's very good. I'm fighting lots of High Elves at the moment. So this army has just defeated an army in sieging Hoteks column. But they might be forced to retreat soon, we'll see. And we've obviously got my other armies, including some of my new armies up top, who are getting themselves... That's very nice. Who are getting themselves into position up here to push back onto the monoliths and start clearing out territories. Now, we have created a few more friends around the place now. Well, not necessarily friends, but we've... grabbed peace with quite a few other people just so we can focus on the High Elves for now. Okay, we have some building to do here. I'm knocking one of those over. What can I build? I want to start pushing up my public order here. No, I can ignore that because I've already got one. Okay, and let's end turn and let's see how things go. Now, my Black Ark one of my Black Arks is certainly running away. I am also bringing Malekith down from fighting the Orcs, because we have got a peace treaty with these Orcs for now, because I want to bring everything to start really focusing on those High Elves. We're going to push them out of our lands, and then we are going to invade, and we are going to start burning through Alfwan until we've got control of it and destroyed every last High Elf I can find. Now, I'm not looking forward to that because I don't like fighting High Elves as... Oh. Yee. This is not an ideal army to be fighting here. If I say that, I might be able to get around. No, I can't fall back. So it looks like I'm fighting, guys. This is not actually an ideal army to be fighting here with. I may have overreached a little bit, however... I can afford to lose this army. I'm in a very good defensive position as well. And obviously we've got the Cold One chariots, which are, while they're archers, they can also slam into the back, as well as the Cold One knights. I don't know if they're Cold One knights or Dread knights. Now, obviously these guys have a dragon and a phoenix, which is going to be quite painful, but I should be able to just sit back and let them come to me. My Blackguard should happily deal with these guys, and they should be able to deal quite well with the Dragon and the Phoenix as well, because they are anti-large, because they are pikemen. So we shall see how this goes. But this could be a tricky fight. The nasty bit here is going to be dealing with all of these Sea Guard, because they are anti-large. So ideally, once I've dealt with their other guys, I'm going to what I want to do is I want to pull back and I want to pull back and well, I want to start intercepting them and then letting them get picked up. So these are Cold One Dread Knights. They are my best cav, and these are obviously some ranged cav. Now everything is hidden here, so they are going to have to come forwards to find me. Oh, whoops, I've left a couple of units forwards here. Let's start pulling them back. They are hidden again.
Eager for battle.
I want these guys to all stay hidden for as long as possible. Right, this is perfect. You guys can actually start pulling around here. And you guys can hit the dragon. We're going to pop an explosion, even though it's not necessarily going to be hugely beneficial against these guys. I want to kill these guys fast, and then we can start getting around. These guys are coming around the back, so I want them getting straight into their range as quickly as we can. Let's kill this dragon as fast as we can. Okay, we've broken that dragon. Let's smash this phoenix now. Let's start flanking these guys around the side, because they can actually start pounding in as well. That's nice. You guys can all start hitting these guys now. Where is my lord? My lord can get herself involved as well now. These cav can start moving around, and we're going to start using them as melee to try and pin all of their guys. Okay, this is good. These guys are going to take a bit to get here, but when they do, they should have some nice high impact on these guys. Let's start pulling around, flanking around these guys as well. And I'm going to use these guys as a high impact unit here. Now these guys are what I really want to start getting in. Because these guys are good melee cavalry, but these guys are all anti-large, so I do want to be careful here. But the thing I can do now is I can start pushing through with some of these units. So these guys can start pinning, and this is going to pin all of these guys in the middle. Let's watch these Dread Knights charge in. Oh! So we pin their archers, so they no longer have that archer support down here. So this is now just turning into a bit of a slog. Let's get these guys up behind actually now, so that we are flanking them from behind. Now this is our problem now. Let's explode some units. These guys are getting a bit too involved, so I'm going to try and pull these guys out. And oh, we have just had our murderous prowess proc, which is really going to benefit us. This will really help us clearing through them. My lord is taking quite a lot of damage though.
They're firing on us.
Dealers in death. Make them bleed.
Let's get these guys into them actually.
No mercy.
We are starting to burn through them. They are holding, but so are these. This is just turning into a bit of a slogging match, but the fact that I've managed to stop their archers shooting is really beneficial. Some of their units are now starting to break. Unfortunately, so are some of mine. I'm just going to pull her back because she's taking too much damage there. Some of my guys are enraging down here, which is good because that stops them breaking. And we are cutting through their archers now. But she is safe. We are... These guys are going to fall. And once they've fallen, we're just going to fold down onto these guys down here, which really will benefit us. We've lost our buff now. Okay. Come on, finish off these great sword infantry. Oh, this enrage mechanic is nice here because it is keeping me in, but at the same time, these little guys who are sitting out are going to become a pain to deal with. We are breaking them now.
Blackguards, end
That took too much to break. Now let's start pushing down the hill. I want to get into the back of these archers and smash them.
By Dracula!
destroy.
Slaughter them!
I need to start killing these archers now. Otherwise this is not going to go well. Okay, so we're engaging here again. Unfortunately, I don't have control of any of my cav now. Oh, that was nice.
Host, we are ready. Battle calls.
Come on! How are these guys still fighting? But that is what I hate about Loth and Seaguard, is that how hard they are to break. Oh, sorry, and the fact that they are good anti-large infantry as well. You have to get in. I'm sorry.
The battle is lost! Blackguards!
Right, you can hammer into them.
Eager for battle. Visions of destruction.
We are starting to break all of their archers, which is good.
By your command.
Oh, this has been a painful battle. If I hadn't dealt with their archers, however, we would have lost a lot more. Now, maybe I didn't pull my guys around the right way.
Retribution!
Right, these guys are broken. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's slide down the hill and hammer into these guys.
Slash! Kill!
Scourge of the West.
And I think we're starting to get the matter out.
Droopy tyrants.
Oh.
Eviscerate them!
So these guys, you can see, they're all spear infantry. Even when my chariots charge into them.
All is chaos!
Even these guys are about to break, so we're about to get that matter out. Let's just start charging my people towards there, and it is over. Oh, that, even though it was a small battle, was probably one of the harder battles I've fought in this campaign. But no, getting my cavalry, I could have possibly moved them around the other way, but it's very difficult. And you can see just, I mean, these guys, these swordmasters are good. They are technically slightly higher level than the executioners. But those archers, you know, they're just tough and they don't break. Now, I could have possibly fought it better. I could have possibly got around a little bit more. Certainly I didn't necessarily need to move my cavalry that large distance. Right, now I'm going to have to fall back with this army. I did think that was going to be the case. I'm not terribly upset by that. We'll just pull her back somewhere safely, because that's pulled their armies away from the columns, which is where I'm actually going to be hitting next. So we're going to pull that army back and just get it to recoup for a few turns, and then we will start the push again. But I'm not worried now about pushing the High Elves out of Nagarond. But what I really want to do is I want to then get get a small invasion. Well, I want to get a big invasion, but it will start off just to get myself a foothold back into Ulthuan. Ideally, if I can get him top in these islands, then I can support myself with black arcs as well. At which point I will focus them onto me there, rather than and hopefully stop them sending invasions.
Your reach grows yet further, great lord. Your endless victories.
Marathi is now loyal again, which is good. She's moving over to here to keep supporting it.
Noble of Nagaron.
You are going to double time it back to the Circle of Destruction.
Feared warrior.
You are going to hit here.
Destruction lies beyond.
We're going to encircle, simply because I'm going to bring the other army up as well, just to make sure we're in the best possible of situations.
Battle at last.
Okay, so that's a nice easy win for us there, which has recaptured us the monoliths.
The air is thick with murder.
Malekith, King of Nagaroth.
Ah, I thought I could actually put units directly on there. What's going to be our quickest way down here? Let's get Malekith ashore again. Let's get this Black Elf is going to head this way. You can start moving back down here to support Malekith as he gets there. We do have Venom Glade, but it's not particularly defended, so I might well be losing there again. I'm going to start moving... You know, Marathi is a long way away, actually. I could potentially start moving her up here, but not necessarily just yet. You know, here needs walls. In fact, everywhere for up this needs walls, so we're just going to get ourselves nicely into position so that we can be ready to go aggressive when we need to. But walls are what we need at the moment more than most other things, so... Right, which right? I'm going to take this one for the extra public order and the extra loyalty. How am I doing cash-wise? I'm doing reasonably. I do need to rejig a lot of these places just to get myself... Because as you can see, some of these places have got a lot of things which they don't necessarily need. However, being able to re-recruit stuff is also quite good. However, I need the income as well, so... Income is always worth pushing up, guys, because income keeps you fighting and means you can recruit more forces. And here I'll be able to start getting executioners soon. And we've got this one as well, which I do want to get as well, because that will really help. Okay, so you've leveled up. Route Marcher. You can do a bit of merging, so you've got some full units. I'm looking forward to getting lots of my guys onto Black Dragons, because she'll get a Black Dragon eventually, which will be very nice. Having all of my lords on Black Dragons is very useful. It also kind of means I don't necessarily need to recruit them as much. What's Marathi's top level mount? Oh, wrong button. So she doesn't get a Black Dragon.
Mother of the Druki.
What can we recruit in this region at the moment? We can recruit them. We can't actually recruit executioners, which might be something worth us actually investing in this region. So do these guys actually have better? So these guys have got 130 range and 34 missile damage. So they do more. And they've got better range. So I'm actually going to push up here in this place, and I'm going to start recruiting some. My next army will start getting some of them in as well, though they're not as good. Obviously they're not shielded as well, which is interesting. I've got a feeling a Venom Glade is going to fall as well soon, but we'll have to deal with that when that happens. Start leveling you up. I need more public order in this place, but I can't do that this turn. Okay, Okay, so let's end turn. Okay, so we are starting to drive them back. We've managed to unify the Dark Elves into one faction under my leadership rather than Marafi's, which was kind of happening. Simply because Marafi was having issues. So we've got one High Elf territory to clear out, and then it's going to be time to prepare for the invasion of Ulthuan. We'll have 3 and a bit armies ready to start moving on there once we do get there, but it's possibly going to take me a few turns to get into position. But no, the invasion of Ulthuan will proceed apace, and we will start clearing through there. We will hopefully get some fun battles at the gates, though they might be hard because they are very, very easy to hold. But once I've been able to successfully push into Ulthuan, that will really start giving me the ability to control them, and well, not control them, but hopefully it will really start stopping them from being able to push at me.
News, my lord. Word is spreading across the land of a dark power rising in the northern wastes. The armies of chaos are on the move. They surely plan to invade the world of mortals once again.
Okay, so chaos are coming now. So the Hermit, a powerful sorceress who lives in the Hermit's Black Forests, is the sister of one of your lords. I'm not going to take the loyalty hit. Ho! That's a lot of chaos.
No.
Your kind has spilt the blood of my people for generations.
Fortunately, my armies are mostly in the right places, so let's start getting you down as quickly as we can, mate. Let's start leveling you up. Can you actually recruit after moving? No?
Dark and noble warrior. I have dark purpose.
One more turn, he'll be in position. But these guys are going to land somewhere, and I'm going to have to try and deal with them. Now, I don't think they're necessarily going to be really bad forces, but that doesn't really matter, because they are going to hurt. Right, we want to start upping public order in here.
Air is tainted.
That should bring that place back into line.
Corruption of the vilest sort.
I'm going to pop a lord out there simply so I can recapture here. So their job is literally going to be heading there next turn.
Dreadlord.
You are literally just going to remain as support for this army. And we are going to sneak down a little bit. We may be forced to retreat, but that's basically I'm pressuring these guys so they can't do too much in one go. And again, we're going to move towards you guys a bit so that you can't. Basically, I'm not giving them an option to move. I'm just trying to pen them in. I'm going to get hit heavily by these guys soon. Hopefully they're not just after me, but I have a feeling they are, so I'm going to have to fend that off, which shouldn't be too bad, to be fair. Let's keep pushing up my public order. I don't need public order here, so let's get the extra taxes for now.
Madness filled.
And here can actually go to that. Why have I not done this before? Was I not paying attention? It's because I've just recaptured everything, and it was giving me some, but I was skipping through them, so I just wasn't paying enough attention there. Okay, so let's end turn. So this confederation, basically the fact I've confederated is actually what has caused chaos to spawn, because I'm now actually very powerful. In theory, because I've got a lot of things. However, I need to rejig it all. Once I've rejigged it and sorted my economy, I will be able to start pouring out a lot more armies and conquering the world. So once we've fended off this chaos invasion, this is probably only the first of the chaos invasions. There will be more to come. Now, I don't know if I will get the... because we've just had a hot fix recently which changes the way chaos works, but I don't know if that affects ongoing campaigns. So we shall have to see. Right, so we are being attacked, which was to be expected. Now, I'm not going to fight this battle. I'm going to fall back, because that was the plan. And we're going to fall back, and now they have left Hoteks' column relatively undefended. Which means I'm going to take that, and they'll have that big army cut off. At which time I can pressure it from both sides if needs be, but hopefully it will just flee. Though it could, there are still a few other places it could charge towards, so I do still need to pay attention to it. But next turn we are moving my other two armies down towards Hoteks' column. So actually they've done not what I expected them to do, but it's not a bad move for me, because it pulled them out into what they thought would be an attack, obviously. There are a lot of chaos armies around the place, guys. So let's see where these guys are going. I'm going to need to move Malekith off to try and deal with some of these guys, because they're going to start hitting the shore soon, and they will just start shredding places, though I can always rebuild. It's not the end of the world if I lose a few places, but this is 5 chaos armies. I don't know how solid they are, but we shall see. It's better they spawn there than if they'd spawned in the north, so I've actually done a bit better out of that. Let's move you to here, and let's have a look what's in here. Wow. Yeah, that's not a nice army.
Create chaos. Cruel and
okay, we can't actually quite get here, and I think I've put myself in a position where I'm potentially going to have to fight next turn. So I'm going to hit him, simply because I want to try and take that army out. Now this is... they don't have too many archers, but this is because I don't want that army to reinforce Hoteks' column, which means I'm going to be able to take Hoteks' column next turn, and then we will be able to look at... they've got this really nice defensive position. But no, then we'll be able to move on and try and work out how we're dealing with those chaos armies. Now ideally, I want to try and pick those chaos armies off one at a time. Get them spread out so I can take them out a few at a time and get ourselves back into a nice position. Let's gamble, because we've got bugger all magic there. Okay, they're gonna be up on that ridge. We know they're gonna be up on that ridge. I'm not even gonna pretend they're not. So we're gonna have a nice mixed front line. These are all swords, but it gives us some anti-large to deal with anything which comes to us. I'm gonna use these guys to get around the back if I can. And I'm gonna leave a unit of Sea Guard on each side. I'm going to use my Witch Elves as a flanking force.
Eager for battle. We are ready.
And obviously my archers behind. That can go into my flanking force. My Lord can go right in the middle, and she can go with them, though she's not a high level sorceress. Okay. And I'm going to double time it while we move into position. Now I'm going to push myself right up here so that we're not going uphill towards them at all. They're flying units I want to try and take out early if I can, because that takes out a lot of their mobility. And my Witch Elves are odd, because these are very weird units, because they force people to attack them. And I'm not quite sure I like them, but I'm going to keep using them for the time being, because I've got them here. Sorry, muted a sec there, because I was coughing. But no, we've got a reasonable setup here. Reserve isn't great, so I want to be careful, but obviously I've only got the one spell at the moment, so... And this guy is interesting, because he doesn't have much armour. He is good in melee, but this flame attack is very good as well. So I throw that into their units, and which are pressuring me, and I can break them quite quickly as well. But one of the things I do want to do here is I want to try and proc my my murderous prowess as early as I can. But I'm in no rush here. That'll do. In fact, these guys can move to here. And then we will start sneaking forwards until we can get in range with my missiles, with my artillery, at which point we will drag them into us. That should be enough. I'm not actually worried about their large units. This is it. They have to come at me now. Because I will start hitting them. Although they are moving their Reaper Bolt Throwers up as well. So let's start hitting their Reaper Bolt Throwers. So I'm just going to move everything forward just a little bit more. Ah, here they come. Slam a spell through them.
Witch Elves! Glorious destruction!
Hack! Cut! Corsairs! Advance! Groupie! With pleasure! Moving out! Dark shards!
Okay, so this is fine.
Dark elves! Spells incoming!
You can charge straight into them. Why have they come so far forwards?
Destroy! Blood will flow! Dark shards!
These guys can reposition.
To destruction! Cold-blooded killers! To destruction!
Okay, we are clearing them on this side. Let's get you guys charging.
Battle ready!
You can push forwards. You guys can charge into their sides.
Dark shards! Hydra kill!
You can hit that. And let's get a nice wind spell across here. Straight up here through all of them. Let's start pulling you out.
merciless warriors.
They weave.
Now I want to start getting some things up against their archers if I can.
Glorious destruction.
Let's keep hitting them as much as I can. They are breaking our flank there, so I want to be a bit careful. I want to fold in on them, actually. Our murderous prowess has just procced. Right, let's charge up here with these guys. Let's keep you on him. Let's get you guys out helping, supporting. You guys can keep reforming. You guys can get yourselves back in against that Swordmaster. You guys can all start shooting these guys.
Witch elves. Yes.
Okay, this is going well. We are breaking their centre, however, even if we are suffering elsewhere. Hit them. Not going to do much damage, but it's anything helps. Okay, we're pulling him out. Let's start getting you guys back forwards. Let's hope he doesn't regen. Why are you not moving? You can charge back up here. Let's keep pushing into these guys. You can actually hit them with a fire spell. This should be devastating. Oh, and now you can charge in. Let's start hitting him. You can turn over after their Lawmaster and you guys can chase. Now this is weird. We're forcing these guys. This is where they're a bit weird because they're actually breaking themselves by taking too much damage from the enemy. But the enemy can't stop attacking them because they're there. Now I actually want to get in behind here.
Bringers of death. Advance.
And we've smashed them. So let's end the battle there. That wasn't a great victory, I'm going to be honest. That was not nice. And this is one of the things I hate fighting High Elves. They are, wow, their kills. But the High Elves are tough to fight. Their archers are excellent. And even some of their units, like the Swordmasters and the Phoenix Guard, even their bog standard line infantry are just tough. And they are very hard to deal with. The one thing I'm not worried about is their cavalry. The cavalry I'm not so fussed about. I am going to double tap these guys, so I can't afford to let them survive.
My power grows.
And then we are going to bring everybody together onto a Hoteks column. We're leveled up nicely here. I am going to push up here because this is something which really does help me, is actually buffing up my troops. And the Dark Elves really are one of the factions where buffing up your troops actually makes a really, really big, well, gives you a really big benefit. So okay guys, we are actually at 38 minutes, so we're going to end this one here because we have run over a bit. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I do hope you are enjoying it. I know I've not been focusing on this one just as much recently because I've been focusing a little bit more on my Beastmen campaign because it seems to be one which people are enjoying the most at the moment. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing this one. This one and my Lizardmen campaign are still going. Once I've completed my Lizardmen campaign, I will be looking at another one as well, guys. So if there is any requests, please feel free to shout out in the comments to what you'd like for my next campaign to be. I know I've had a call us out for Bretonia and the Orcs, so in Grimgore. So I might give one of those a go, though again, they're both factions I'm not particularly good at, so we'll see how they go. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching.